Closed captioning for the Casey Malone Show is sponsored by Hunter Stevens Land Title Agency. Integrity, service, and commitment you can trust.
Oh yeah, Casey Malone is serving up local. It's time for the stories of our region, the tastes, the sights, the sounds, and the people in and around the valley. Get ready for some local flavor on the Casey Malone Show.
Today it's an in-depth tour of the McKinley Memorial. And I prepare cauliflower rice with easy garlic lemon shrimp. But first, a visit with Johnny and Louie to hear about bar rescue at the Oaks. Well, it's like trying to get an interview with the president.
JFK.
Well, it is with the president. I'm telling you, I've been trying to get a hold of you two, since the bar rescue episode aired, and I want to do a little dissection on how it all went down and what happened. I want to get behind the scenes scuttlebutt. And, Johnny and Louie Kennedy have been very notorious in the Mahoning Valley. But now, your notoriety is nationwide. You're bad, you're nationwide, like this Easy Talk song. I really want to hear how this whole thing went down.
Right here. Yes.
I mean, how, first of all, did they happen to pick the Oaks to feature?
Well, actually, they had an outside contracting company that they pay to go around and find them bars. It went from 3,000 to a final 30. And they did a quota casting tape that they sent off to Spike TV. And then the heads of Spike picked 8 out of those 30.
And what was your initial thought, Lou? I'm sure you. This is where the Kennedy
initial?
brothers.
What do you mean initial? Up until the day before they came, he wanted nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it.
Apprehensive or against doing it?
Beware of greats bearing gifts. You know? Nothing's free in this world, believe me. And I'll tell you what, the best thing is the publicity. I didn't even know.
Even
people,
if it's bad publicity, right? They say it's good.
Oh yeah, because they make me. I'm the moron. It's one thing that people that know us.
Right.
Yeah. No, that's not the way it is. But it's all these strangers that come up to me and have such venomous things to say about me. It's like I don't even know who you are.
Uniform maintenance work. What's wrong with you? Your brother and his son.
The Louis drop and the pants thing happened before they even started here. That was on one of their pre-interviews.
Oh, okay. They
Yes.
said secret camera, but you had to know that camera was on.
Yes, I did.
Did that stop him from pulling his pants down?
No. That is
Secret
the
camera doesn't matter.
Louis.
Right, that's what everyone says.
If you know
Everyone says, that's scripted. Those guys don't pull their pants down. And everyone else that says, hey, Louis doesn't pull his pants down. It's not a day at the Oaks. It
How
was
long were you here?
Not long enough. Because, man, the one day I was at a Beaver Police golf outing because they're LA. They started at 11:30. I was at a Beaver Police golf outing. And when I got here, they berated me because
You were late.
no, they said we were supposed to clean stuff last night. And I said, well, your producer threw me out. I left the job with some of your production assistants. Yell at them. Well, we were here and we're doing this for you. And I said, wait, whoa. Are you done yelling? Because no.
I gotta work for a living.
I said, you know where I was at? I was golfing in the Beaver Police golf outing. I was here later than you, drunker than you, and I've been drinking all morning too. You Californians.
Now let's talk Taffer. To me, it seems that he's a guy that wears too much cologne. When I see him on TV, I think that guy's just slathers it on. You know how there's people that you can smell him 10 feet away. Is he one of them guys?
He was.
Okay.
No, I can't say that.
All right.
That's not an issue.
That's just my initial impression. Not that I smell a vision, so I couldn't tell.
No, and there was no issues with breath either.
He had good breath.
He was a neutral scent.
No, interesting.
He was neutral
Because he could have been a bad breath guy. The way he's yelling all the time, but he doesn't get the white webbies.
Yeah.
Now, so what was your impression of him?
As far as his interaction with us was pretty much just like the TV show. They tell us, okay, we're going to film this scene. He comes and films that scene.
That's it.
And he walks out. It's not like he hung out
So he
in
never
between.
stops and says like,
No,
oh,
but
that
you
was
gotta realize,
good.
the first time I meet the guy, I'm hammered. Now the next day he comes in, and I mean, that's kind of a tense situation.
I would imagine. Yeah.
So he just kind of comes in. He's very businesslike. He does his take, and then he goes out, back to his trailer.
And what did you think of Kevin Bledsoe?
I liked him. He was nice. He was a nice guy.
And I'll tell you, he was pretty impressed with your food.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a whole lot of changes.
No, there
He was, and even John Taffer.
There was.
But you can say it again. You want to say it again? Go ahead, say it again.
John Taffer had the first rib and said, "Can I get some more?"
But I tell you, I mean, there was nothing against that kitchen. There was that one thing with you, the transport. But other than that, the kitchen was off limits. So of course, the heart of the Oaks is the kitchen. And in charge is Chef Billy Bowser. And we had you on not that long ago.
Yeah.
Now,
about a year ago.
I want to talk to you, post bar rescue.
I know, right?
Did you think that was a good idea to get involved in that?
Yeah, I thought it was a great idea. I supported it, and I thought we could have used it. We needed the help, obviously.
I found it really interesting that they really didn't have any issues with the kitchen.
No, we run a tight ship.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't hear about cleanliness, you didn't hear about your recipes.
No.
Kevin Bledsoe that came in,
Great
did you have
chef.
any problem with your sauce or anything?
Absolutely not. Well, I gotta say, at the beginning, he made a little comment about the raspberry sauce if we needed peanut butter and bread with it. But yeah.
Now, I can remember we would give away the bottle if you finished it. If yours was the last shot, it was free. And those dudes would sit there
and they raced to the end.
watching those bottles.
And then they jump around.
They'd be like, hey, I think I'll have a shot of that.
Wait, it looks like the old granddad's almost 50. I think I can do it. If I order a double, I think I can do it.
Good job.
My word. Give us one of those clever little Irish things that you say, Irish people.
May you be in heaven a half an hour before the devil knows you're dead. But we'll all be in hell together, and it's okay.
May the eyes of the Lord rise fall upon you when you're not doing something sick to yourself. Oh my God, that Casey Malone show is the best. She's the absolute funniest person I've ever met in my life.
I'm here at the Magic Tree Pub and Eatery with owner Phil Rita, and his craft beer selection here at the Magic Tree is the largest in the region. And now, what are you doing with wine?
We are so excited to bring the area's very first wine draft system right here to the Magic Tree in Boardman, Ohio, and it is like drinking wine from the winery. We received the barrel directly from the winery, and it is fresh and delicious to the very last drop. Come to the Magic Tree's Wine and Spirit Room and you see for yourself. Cheers.
Part of growing up in Youngstown is growing up with Rollie Brothers Markets. Even friends who have moved out of town come to shop and say hi when they're home for a visit.
And my family has always shopped at Rollies, and today they are still my favorite grocery store. My recipes depend on the best ingredients, and that's why I get them at Rollies, where you'll always find the freshest food at the best prices.
Rollie Brothers is a proud sponsor of the KC Malone Show. The quality that customers have come to expect is true local flavor.
The savings are hot during the Deere Days of Summer at John Deere, where you can get 0% financing for 60 months. Implement bonuses or cash discounts on any tractor from compact to 5E series. And to top it off, every compact tractor now comes with a 6-year powertrain warranty. Get the tractor pricing and financing you want, plus an unbeaten warranty during the John Deere Deere Days of Summer. Stop by today.
Pursue your passion for craft beer at Mortals Key Brewing Company in Jamestown. We've unlocked old world recipes with the finest ingredients, small batch care, and an artistic nonconformity. Enjoy craft brews by award-winning brewmaster Sean McIntyre. Open all year. Visit our tap room across from Pymatuning Lake. Celebrate Oktoberfest, September 30th through October 2nd at Mortals Key Brewing Company.
Hurry into a Spitzer location near you to enjoy the lowest prices of the year on some of our best-selling 2016 models. You can save thousands on your new vehicle with the Spitzer Model Year-End Sales Event. Spitzer, saving you more since 1904.
Today, I'm going to share with you my new favorite food item. Now, you might already be familiar with this, but I discovered it and I absolutely love it. It's cauliflower rice. I love pasta, I love noodles, I love rice, but you want to watch your carbohydrates, you really want to watch your gluten, and you're trying to be a little more healthy the older we get. And I was reading this article about cauliflower rice and I had to try it. And it is so easy, I find it delicious, and I think it's really versatile. So I'm going to share it with you today. Now, a great dish to pair with this is my easy lemon garlic shrimp, and I'll be preparing that in a little bit. But first, let's talk about the cauliflower. Buy a head of cauliflower, wash and rinse it thoroughly, and then make sure you dry it. Okay, and then cut it into florets and make sure that a lot of this stem is gone. You really don't want the stem, you want more of the flower part for the cauliflower. Now, I have a food processor, but if you don't have one, you can also use your box grater and just make sure you use the larger holes. So let's get started. Use the blade attachment in your processor and don't fill it really full, okay? Because you really want to make sure that this is chopped evenly and finely. So I'm just going to fill it about a quarter of the way full, and instead of running at full speed, just pulse it until it gets to a rice-like consistency. Now see how it's really fine and like a rice texture? Real fluffy, little granules of cauliflower. And it is so easy to prepare. Really, I just use the microwave. So, no more dirty dishes, no steaming. I think that really makes it, really mushy. And when you do it in the microwave, it is so much better. So I'll be explaining that in a little bit. Let me finish pulsing this, then we're going to make the shrimp dish that I think pairs perfectly with this. All right, so this is from one head of cauliflower. Look at all that. We have a lot. Now, we aren't going to use it all in this recipe, but I'll show you how to prepare this in a little bit. Now, I think this is a great recipe. It has some nice juices, and it really pairs well with my cauliflower rice. This is my easy garlic lemon shrimp. And for this recipe, you'll need about a pound of shrimp with the tails on, cleaned and deveined. But there's a lot of spices in here, and if you don't like it hot, I'm going to use the Tony Chachere's in this one. But if you want it a little more mild, you can use an Old Bay seasoning, or this one really isn't too hot. It's an ancho chili blend. But I'm gonna make this recipe a little heat. And we'll go over the ingredient list, and then I'm going to make this for you. For this recipe, you'll need 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, 6 cloves of minced garlic, 1 teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes, 1 pound of jumbo shrimp, peeled, deveined with tails on, a teaspoon of your favorite spice blend, Tony Chachere's Creole, Old Bay, ancho chili, a 1/4 cup of dry white wine, 1 lemon juiced, and the zest of that lemon. You'll also need a 1/4 cup of chopped parsley. I've already heated the olive oil over medium heat in a fairly large skillet, and now we're going to begin by adding the garlic, the red pepper seed, and the shrimp. Okay, so after a minute or so, Now that this is blended nicely, I'm going to add my seasoning. And I'm going to add the white wine. And now we're going to cook this. Oh, it'll probably be about 4 or 5 minutes. Well, the shrimp is pretty much cooked. So now is a good time to add our next level of flavor. We're going to add the lemon zest, and that'll cool a little bit of the heat. The juice of 1 lemon, and that beautiful green, fresh chopped parsley. We're gonna let this blend together for just a couple more minutes. Now you see the rice cauliflower made quite a bit from that head. So I just pulled out into a serving bowl as much as I'm gonna need for this recipe. And then I'm going to drizzle some olive oil and then just a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. Now you could also use butter or cream if you want more of a creamy texture to your rice. And just mix that up and make sure it is evenly distributed throughout our little cauliflower rice. So every little granule gets a little bit of flavor. All right, and then you just cover it with some plastic wrap. Very easily done. And this will help steam it a little bit and warm it up. And put it in your microwave for 3 minutes. Well, look who made an appearance. Now that all the work is done.
That's right.
All right, now I know you've become a fan of this rice cauliflower.
You gave me some of this last week, and I have used it every day.
I mean, you warm it up 3 minutes with the plastic wrap, and if you don't add anything to it, I just like to put soy sauce on it, like as a snack.
You know that Ponzi sauce that I put some of that on.
You like it? The ponzu.
Ponzu, yeah.
The Ponzi scheme. It's a scheme, that ponzu. But now, this has a little bit of spice.
Okay.
So I hope you like it. Tell me what you think. That's delicious. And I love shrimp.
I gotta try the shrimp.
I know. Just eat it with your hand, Mom.
Oh.
Just pull it right off.
It's not that spicy. It's delicious.
It is good. Cheers. I'm glad you like it.
us.
Another successful. Yeah, none better.
None better.
Go to my website, CaseyMaloneShow.com. Cauliflower rice recipe is there. Also, this easy lemon garlic shrimp. You are going to love it. Cheers. The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor.
Hi everybody, I'm Danny, owner and operator of Catullo Prime Meats, a third-generation butcher shop that not only specializes in quality, but also in customer service and doing things in a new technological way. Chris here is our customer service manager. Chris, what do you think that we do differently than any other grocery store?
I think we personally not only offer great product, but we can offer a great customer service experience as well. We try and treat all our customers like they were family and friends, ask how their family's doing just so they can keep in touch, and give them that customer experience that they deserve.
And the nice part is we not only do that inside the store, but also on CatulloPrimeMeats.com, where you can buy a lot of our products that we carry here, whether it be grass-fed beef, organic chicken, some of our specialty burgers and bacon. Those are wonderful, and we're going to provide that same customer experience online as we do in store.
Come see us in store or online. Make your next meal one to remember.
Cerny means trucks. For over 50 years, the Cerny family has been the area's leader for medium and heavy-duty international trucks. New or pre-owned, Cerny means trucks. Easy to find. Cerny Motors is conveniently located at Route 46 and 80. At Cerny Motors, no job is too big or too small. Cerny Motors service will keep you on the road. For service, parts, sales, lease, or rental, Cerny means trucks.
What happens when you combine a girl's best friend with her favorite aphrodisiac? Levian chocolate diamonds. So exquisite you can almost taste it. Only Levian creates jewelry with chocolate diamonds. Unique uniquely set in strawberry gold, these rare diamonds are melting hearts the world over. Just remember to indulge responsibly.
Available at Kamara Jewelers. Get real, get Kamara.
Coming this fall, an all-new haunted attraction. Fear awaits. In a baseball stadium after dark. The Experience in Woodfield.
There's a new standard in assisted living, one that combines comfort, luxury, convenience, and the highest quality expert care. Your loved ones can experience it now in Canfield's premier senior living location. The Inn at Ironwood offers fine dining and amenities such as a concierge, salon, housekeeping, and laundry services, and a truly elegant setting in Canfield. Call us for more information or visit us and take a tour.
The Inn at Ironwood, Canfield's premier senior living location.
Hurry into a Spitzer location near you to enjoy the lowest prices of the year on some of our best-selling 2016 models. You can save thousands on your new vehicle with the Spitzer Model Year-End Sales Event. Spitzer, saving you more since 1904.
Right here on Main Street in downtown Niles is where you'll find the McKinley Memorial Museum and Library. It is something that I have taken for granted. I've driven by it hundreds, if not thousands of times, and have yet to visit this national monument loaded with interesting history, beautiful architecture, well-kept grounds. Let's go inside and find out more about this memorial that honors our 25th president. We are here with Patrick Finan. He is the director of the McKinley Memorial Library here in Niles. And I'm sure you've got lots of facts on President McKinley.
Yes, I do. He was our last United States president to have served in the Civil War, the only one to enter as an enlisted man and ended up as an officer. He was also our last United States president to have gone to his inauguration in a horse-drawn carriage.
You've learned a lot about the president since you've taken over the directorship.
Yes.
This is really such an impressive memorial. Give me the background on how it was erected.
After President McKinley was assassinated, Canton built a tomb for President McKinley's remains. Well, Joseph Butler, who had gone to school with President McKinley in a one-room schoolhouse on the memorial grounds, wanted some type of memorial to President McKinley in his hometown. So in 1910, he got an act of Congress passed that permitted him to raise the funds to build this memorial. Construction was started in 1915 and finished in 1917. President Woodrow Wilson was supposed to come to the dedication of the memorial. However, with the start of World War I, he was unavailable to come. So President Roosevelt filled in for Woodrow Wilson. The busts were one of Mr. Butler's largest fundraisers to raise funds for the building. He sold the bust between $5,000 and $10,000. And so this was a way he raised money to build the building pretty much. There are a few free ones around the building. The presidents are free. Governor Todd may even have been a freebie, but for the most part, when I first came to work here, I could not figure out why all of McKinley's cabinet wasn't here. Well, they didn't raise the money.
And what about this artist that was contracted to make all of them?
His name was Massey Rhine, and this is the largest collection of Massey Rhine sculptures in the United States.
When you enter the memorial, to the right is an auditorium, and to the left is the library. Patrick, what was Joseph Butler's intentions when he built this auditorium?
When Mr. Butler built the auditorium, he had about 1,000 seats in here, and his intention was that it would be used kind of as a community gathering place. Plays for the community, events that the community would sponsor, along with the fact that he hoped that there would be symposiums of national interest of the day.
Interesting fact about William McKinley, that the character, the wizard, in The Wizard of Oz, is based on William McKinley.
Yes, when Mr. Baum wrote it, he wrote it as an allegory. He wrote around the time President McKinley was president, and President McKinley was supposedly the wizard. The other characters I can't remember, but they all have significance in regards to what President McKinley stood for, such as the gold standard.
Across from the auditorium is the library. Patrick, why is Henry Clay Frick so prominently displayed here?
Mr. Butler wanted to put the public library for the city of Niles in the memorial. However, he didn't have enough money. So he was going to go to New York City and stop and see Andrew Carnegie. Along the way, he stopped in Pittsburgh and talked to Henry Clay Frick, who had worked for Mr. Carnegie. By this time, Mr. Frick and Mr. Carnegie were enemies. Mr. Butler told Mr. Frick what he wanted to do. Mr. Frick said, "Here, I'll write you a check right on the spot for $50,000 to put the library in the memorial."
Just a block down from the McKinley Memorial is William McKinley's birthplace. And that's the whole reason we have the memorial here in Niles.
Yes, he was born on this site on January the 29th, 1843. And the library built a reconstruction of his house starting in 2002, finished it in 2003, and opened it as part of the Ohio Bicentennial.
So tell me about the man who assassinated McKinley.
Leon Czolgosz, who was born in Michigan, around Detroit, and worked at one of the steel plants up in Cleveland. He went on strike. He was fired for being on strike. He tried to go back to work under an assumed name. He was caught. At that point, he became an anarchist. So he kind of followed President McKinley around the summer of 1901. Went to Buffalo when he went to the Pan American Exposition, and on September the 6th was admitted to shake the president's hand. Mr. Czolgosz, about halfway through, came up, had his hand was bandaged, opened it up, shot the president 2 times. First bullet really didn't do any damage. The second bullet did some damage. The president immediately crumpled to the ground. He was operated on that evening, didn't really get the bullet out. He seemed to have gotten better for a few days and took a turn for the worse about the next Wednesday and died on September the 14th, 1901.
My show is always on. Watch previous segments at CaseyMaloneShow.com. Sponsored by the Ingram Law Office. The Casey Malone Show is sponsored in part by Denise and John York and the DeBartolo Corporation.